Corroboree frog, found only in the alpine and subalpine regions of New South Wales, Australia. This tiny frog measures barely 3 centimeters in length. Its vivid black and yellow stripes are not borrowed from its diet like most poison frogs. It produces its own toxic alkaloids, making it one of the few amphibians in the world known to do this. The poison is mild compared to its South American relatives, but still enough to deter predators. Critically endangered, it faces threats from chytrid fungus, habitat loss, and climate change, affecting the snowmelt it depends on for breeding. Conservation programs in Australian zoos have been working for years to keep the species from disappearing entirely. Harlequin poison frog. Native to the cloud forests of western Colombia and northwestern Ecuador, this species is named for its striking patchwork of colors, bright reds, oranges, and blacks arranged in bold, irregular patterns. It belongs to the genus Upaga, meaning its tadpoles are fed unfertilized eggs by their mother, a behavior that is rare and fascinating in the amphibian world. The male guards the eggs while the female returns periodically to deposit food. Population numbers have declined sharply due to deforestation and the illegal pet trade, as its vivid colors make it highly sought after by collectors. Granular poison frog. This species lives across a wide stretch of Central America, from Nicaragua down through Costa Rica and into Panama. It gets its name from the rough, granular texture of its skin, which sets it apart visually from the smoother-skinned species in the same family. Coloration varies significantly across its range, displaying combinations of red, orange, and black. It tends to live in lowland rainforests and is often found near streams and leaf litter where humidity stays high. Like other dendrobatids, its toxicity comes entirely from the arthropods it consumes, and captive-bred individuals raised on fruit flies and other clean insects are essentially non-toxic. Yellow-banded poison dart frog. Recognizable by its deep black body interrupted by bold yellow bands, this species inhabits the rainforests of Venezuela, Guyana, Brazil, and Trinidad. It is sometimes called the bumblebee poison frog, an obvious reference to its color pattern. This frog is active during the day, moving through leaf litter and low vegetation in search of small insects and mites. Parental care is notable. The male carries tadpoles on his back and transports them individually to small pools of water, including the water collected inside bromeliads. Despite its intense coloration, it is considered moderately toxic rather than dangerously so. Green and black poison dart frog. Native to Central America and the northwestern tip of South America, this species is one of the most widely recognized poison dart frogs in the world. Its name describes the pattern well, a bright green body with irregular black markings that differ from individual to individual, almost like a fingerprint. Introduced populations have been established on the Hawaiian island of Oahu, where it thrives in the humid forest environment. Males are highly territorial and will wrestle rivals for prime calling spots. It has been extensively studied in captivity and is considered a good indicator species for rainforest health, as it is sensitive to environmental changes. Red-backed poison frog. This species is found primarily in Peru and parts of Brazil, living in the leaf litter of lowland Amazonian rainforest. Its dorsal surface is a vivid red or orange-red, contrasting sharply with the blue or black of its limbs and underside. Despite its bold appearance, it is relatively small, even within the poison frog family. Males are attentive parents, often observed guarding egg clutches laid on the forest floor before eventually transporting the hatched tadpoles to water. The species shows considerable color variation across different populations, a trait common among Ranitomea frogs, the genus to which it belongs. Variable poison frog. Few frogs in the world show as dramatic a range of color variation as this one. Found across a broad area of the western Amazon basin in Peru and Brazil, individual populations can look so different from one another that they were once classified as separate species entirely. Some display bold red and black patterns, others are more orange or yellow, and still others appear almost entirely dark. Despite looking so different, they are genetically the same species. Scientists study this frog specifically to understand how color patterns evolve and what role they play in mate selection and predator avoidance. It is one of the most examined frogs in evolutionary biology research, Golfodulcean poison frog. Endemic to a small region along the Golfodulcean on the Pacific coast of Costa Rica, this species occupies one of the most restricted ranges of any frog on this list. Its name directly references that geography. It displays a striking combination of black and bright green or yellow-green and is closely related to the strawberry poison dart frog. Because it lives in such a limited area, it is particularly vulnerable to habitat destruction. Even small-scale changes in land used within its range can have outsized impacts on population numbers. Conservation attention has increased in recent years as the forests around the Golfodulcean face ongoing agricultural pressure. Kokoe poison dart frog. This frog is found in the rainforests of Colombia and Panama, and it stands out even among poison dart frogs for the potency of its skin secretions. It carries batrachotoxins, the same class of compounds found in the golden poison dart frog, though in smaller concentrations. The coloration varies by region. Some populations are black with yellow or green stripes. Others show more orange tones. It was used historically by indigenous Embera people to poison blowgun darts, a practice that gave the broader family its common name. Males are attentive to their clutches and show the tadpole transport behavior typical of the genus Philobates. Lovely poison frog. The name is fitting. This small Amazonian species, found in Peru and parts of Brazil, displays delicate blue and black, or green, and black patterns that are visually intricate without being loud. It inhabits humid lowland forests and is associated closely with bromeliad plants, which provide the water pools needed for raising tadpoles. The female plays a significant role in reproduction, returning regularly to deposit unfertilized eggs to feed her developing young, a behavior shared with other members of the Upaga and Ranitomea groups. Despite its beauty, it is relatively understudied compared to more commercially prominent species in the family. Strawberry poison dart frog. Few animals in the world are as visually diverse within a single species. Native to Central America, particularly abundant in Costa Rica, Panama, and Nicaragua, this frog is famous for the extraordinary variation in its color morphs. The population on Bocas del Toro in Panama alone includes dozens of visually distinct forms. Some are classic red with blue legs, others are entirely green, yellow, or white. This variation has made it a model organism for studying natural selection and sexual selection simultaneously. Females choose mates partly based on color, which drives local populations to reinforce their own distinct appearances over generations. It is one of the most studied poison frogs in the world. Phantasmal poison frog. Found only in a small area of Ecuador, this frog carries a toxin called epibatidine that became the subject of intense scientific interest in the 1990s. Epibatidine was found to be roughly 200 times more potent than morphine as a painkiller, sparking years of pharmaceutical research into synthetic analogues. The frog itself is modest in appearance, patterned in white stripes on a dark background, and lives in humid montane forests. It is now considered endangered due to habitat destruction and overcollection during the period when its toxin was being studied. The search for a safe painkiller derived from its chemistry has yet to produce a drug suitable for human use, but the research continues. Dying dart frog. One of the largest poison dart frogs, this species is found across the Guiana Shield in northeastern South America, Suriname, Guyana, French Guiana, and northern Brazil. It reaches up to 5 centimeters, noticeably bigger than most of its relatives. The name comes from an old legend, and to some degree, an actual practice, in which indigenous people reportedly rubbed young parrots with the frog's skin to influence feather coloration during molting. Its own colors are dramatic, deep blue or turquoise, with black spots and markings. Males are highly competitive, and both parents take part in tadpole transport. It is also one of the most commonly kept poison frogs in captivity due to its size and visual impact. Black-legged poison dart frog. This species belongs to the genus Philobates, alongside the Kokoe and the golden poison dart frog, and like them, it carries batrachotoxins in its skin. Native to the rainforests of western Colombia, it is one of the 3 frogs historically used by the Embera to prepare poisoned darts. Its coloration is primarily orange or yellow on the back, with black legs that give the species its common name. It is considered less toxic than the golden poison dart frog, but still potent enough to cause serious harm. Habitat loss in Colombia has reduced its range considerably, and it is currently listed as endangered. Captive populations in zoos contribute to ongoing knowledge about its biology and behavior. Golden poison dart frog. This is widely considered the most toxic frog on Earth. A single individual can carry enough batrachotoxin to kill multiple adult humans, and the toxin works by preventing nerve cells from transmitting signals properly, causing muscles, including the heart, to seize. It lives in a small region of rainforest along Colombia's Pacific coast in the Kokoe department. Its appearance is uniformly brilliant, solid gold, orange, or pale green depending on the population, with no markings to break the warning. The Embera people of Colombia have used it for generations to prepare blowgun darts, carefully rubbing the tip against the frog's back. Curiously, captive-bred individuals raised without the specific mites and beetles that provide the toxin's precursors are completely harmless, confirming that the poison is entirely diet-derived.